Hey, good morning, everybody. Gris here. Another Fiberglass Friday. I hope if I get it uploaded and edited in time, we'll see. So you can see what time of the year it is. It's drill and cut and sand time of year. Got a few done here. Got some more on the table over here. And some more on the table there that are done. They still haven't been stripped off the model yet, but they're drilled out, cut and sanded out, so we're getting closer. On my last 4 small, I think I got 1 more small in my storage room, and then that's it for glass for a while. I do have 4 more models that I'm going to throw some rubber on, but that's going to be after all this stuff is done. I don't want to do rubber when your room's full of dust and stuff from cutting and sanding. So what we're going to be doing today, I'm just going to do a demo on a cut here from start to finish. But what I'm going to do is it's just going to be a silent. I'll probably put some music or something, or I don't know. We'll see. Because there's no sense. I'm going to be wearing a mask and my ear protection and stuff, so no sense me trying to talk through it. Okay, so I'll just let everybody watch. So here's all the tools I sort of have lined up, what I need to do the job. I just want to show you one thing, because I don't know if it's going to show up on camera when I've got a separate tripod over here. But what I use for finding level is for the forum, I already did a little video, but I just use one of these self-leveling laser levels. So I'll just show you what I'll do. I'll just turn it on. So I hope you can see that on. Oh yeah, you can see it. So you can see I've got a preset. So lucky me is my level hooks onto what's called a hot shoe. It's for my camera fitting. So I can raise and lower with this crank over here. I can raise and lower the height of the tripod really easy. So why you want to find level is, see like those pots over there? Those are like when you cut the top, that's going to be your bottom when you're pouring concrete. So you want it to be nice and level, so you don't have to worry about shimming anything to get the bottom of your pot level when you've poured. And a lot of times, like on those tables over there, or here, I'll show you one over here. Here's a large angel planter, for example, where I purposely built the top flange really high so that when I turn it upside down, it sits perfectly on top of that, and that's dead level. So when I pour, I don't have to worry about having to shim up a side or something, or have an unlevel. Same as bird bath tops here, the same thing. The top flange is the seat for it when you're pouring, and it's nice and level too, so you don't have to worry about mucking about later. So that's what you want to keep in mind. And also, if you're going to, like this model here, that's what you got to think ahead before you start your cutting, is that you're going to need a couple leg supports, because the majority of the weight is on the back of this piece here. So there's going to be a leg here and a leg on the other side, and then this is going to be sort of the tripod of it. This is going to be the base that's going to hold the whole thing up. So you want that nice and level, so you can put some legs up and level it off with that, and then the whole thing will stay nice and flat. And this will be in contact with your table surface, right? Or your V table over there. So anyway, I just wanted to show that because I didn't know if that was going to show up very well on the other camera. So you'll see when I'm cutting, that's what my guide is. I just use the laser level light as my guide. I don't draw anything out, and the same with all the rest. I think when I first started, I used to be quite picky, and I used to measure between my drill holes, and I used to draw lines where to cut. And now I just freewheel it. You'll see I'll be using the Dremel with this here with the diamond, with the diamond blade on it. For something small like this, I wouldn't use the angle grinder. The angle grinder I only use for big ones over there. The Dremel just won't be able to, it's too thick. You're like at 6-7 layers of fiberglass. It's just too much for that Dremel to handle. So you'd use something like this too. Keep in mind something that when you're using this piece here, with the angle grinder, it's super dusty. Like, it's dusty anyway, even with the Dremel, but this one throws out about 4 times the amount of dust. So either have a well-ventilated place where you can open up a door or window or something, or just be prepared for the dust. Just want to show you one other thing. What I have here, I'm just going to turn it on. Is I have this big fan, and it's going to be blowing right where I'm working. And what that does is, well, the dust, while you're cutting, the dust will blow away from you, away from the air, so you're not getting dust up in your face. It's blowing away from you. So just a little tip. I learned that from the guy next door who's a boat fiberglass guy, and he does tons where you're laying under a boat and sanding and cutting for long periods of time. You put a fan beside you blowing past you so you don't get it all falling in your face. So if you want to try something like that, it really helps out actually. Okay, so I'm going to hook this camera up, and then I'm going to start, and probably no talking, and just cut this little guy up for you. Okay, see you in a while. We're back. So here it is. I hope that worked out pretty good with that camera shot there, I hope. So you can see that fan worked quite a bit. I hope that showed up, that it's blowing all that nasty dust and stuff away from your face while you're cutting. So you can see it's all leveled off, sanded. So the things you see me doing there with the sanding is I like to round off all the corners so they don't stab you when you're going to grab them down here. And then when you see me running my hand over the piece, sometimes I call them biters, like in The Walking Dead. They're just little pieces of glass that are sticking up from the resin that sure as heck when you go to grab this off of a shelf or go to flip it and you're going to grab, those things will stick you. So I just like to rub my gloved hand over the piece and feel if there's any rust spot. If you can't get your sander into the spot, you can just use a really coarse sanding block like this, get in there and give it a good rub. It's those annoying things that when you're working, you hate that you reach for something and you're getting stabbed and you get a nice piece of glass in your finger or something. So that's about what I want to accomplish. So I'll just flip this over so you can see what I was talking about. So you can see now that that'll be the base, and it's going to get a couple legs in the front here to hold it up. So that's the piece that's why I wanted that top leveled off like that. Okay, so anyway, that's today's little demo, and I might film on the weekend. I might start one of the big ones over there, and I'll show you what that's about, and drilling through rubber seams and stuff. So, okie doke, I hope this helps you all out, and a little view from behind the scenes, and we'll see you next week.